Hello everybody, my name is Zakalachi, and today we'll be playing some Armello. This is the first game, or first video rather, that I'll be uploading in this series, and we'll just see how this goes. It'll be part commentary, a little slapdash, and we'll just see how we progress here. So to start things off, I guess for the first game, you gotta pick Thane. As you can see, I already have him geared out with the Think Amulet and the Rubelite Ring. Think Amulet just bumps his wits from 3 up to 4, very crucial because having 3 wits is pretty bad. And then the Rubelite, I think, complements his ability well with being able to burn cards for those piercing swords. So we're just going to go ahead and give Thane a try, because with Rubelite, when you're on low health, you get extra dice, and that's always helpful. And yeah, we'll just see what happens here. Again, this is Armello. We'll get into the game itself. I am going to assume you mostly know how to play. I'm just here to give you some tips and tricks. If you have any questions about the actual functionality of the game, you can always play the tutorial, or go find Resonance 22's tutorial video. That is a very good starter to get you caught up to speed, especially for multiplayer Armello. Looks like we're going third. Let's just take a look at what everyone's got real fast here. Diamond favors, so it looks like this list is going to go huge on the prestige potentially. And now we pick our quest. None of these are really that great. Maybe Warlock, but I don't want to commit to Rot, but we can always use the more wits. Spirit Stone, really not that great for Thane. The wolves like to fight, they don't really go Spirit Stones that often. And then Fight Wild Talisman. Like I said, we have Rubelite Ring to help patch up our fight in tight situations, so we don't really need a whole lot of fight right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Wits Warlock with the idea of if I don't get any Rot in my starting hand, then I'll just pass on trying to get the Warlock and just go straight for just the Wits and the Prestige. Take it easy there. But we'll see what's going on. So just getting a lay of the land here. Looks like Silas only has the one town. Zosha has a town in range, a couple of mountains. This could be tricky to get through in timely manner, assuming that dungeon. City's over here next to Zosha as well. I have 0 towns in my area, except for that one I'm heading to way over there. Okay, so we have Marauder's Gauntlets in our opening hand. Marauder's Gauntlets are great. +1 sword, +1 shield for 1 rot. Always, always, always worth it. Always equip Marauder's Gauntlets as soon as you get them, because at most you are giving 1 die to your opponent in exchange for 2 locked-in results on your battle screen there. So that is very fantastic. And here's a decision. We can either go into the peril to try to get some cards out of our hands, but I think we're okay, so I'm just going to take it easy, go on the Spirit Stone, and end my turn. Since we're going for a Wits quest, I don't want to drink the Brazenberry Ale just yet. I will go ahead and burn this Divination just to see, and that's okay, because I knew we didn't want to go in there anyway. And then with the Pickpockets, here's where we can get interesting. We can go ahead and put this somewhere. So that town already has that, so we'll go ahead and put it here, just to see if we can maybe trip up Zosha one of these days. This is beelining that way, and gets a treasure first thing. Armello's a funny game sometimes, and Wing Boots are pretty good actually this stage in the game. I mean, they can be really good any time of the game, but very, very helpful to have to start, especially for Alyssa, who needs to be able to get in there and get on those cities. Bane spawns. I'm probably not going to fight it, just because I don't have anything. Oh, I do. Never mind. I have the Marauder's Gauntlets equipped. That's pretty good. So, yeah. We actually can go ahead and fight this, depending on what we draw. Silas questing over here. Zosha is invisible right here for now. Oh yeah, we forgot to finish checking out what everyone had. So Alyssa is full prestige. Zosha is what I would call standard. Ruby Think is pretty good. You can also go Ruby Body on Zosha, since she does start off with just the 4 body, like most of the rats, and is pretty squishy otherwise. But Ruby Think is pretty good too. And then Silas is going hyper-aggressive, realistically. Like, can never pronounce that ring, but that ring is pretty much standard on Silas. You pretty much have to take that, since his whole thing is the bounty and fighting the King's Guards and all that, so might as well get that extra gold and not lose your prestige when you fight the King's Guards. The fight Scratch Amulet, though, is interesting, just because, like I said, it leaves Silas at that 3 wits threshold, which can be very limiting in terms of getting cards, getting good things to equip, and poor Silas already has the Stranger on him, so all things considered, it could be better. No idea where Zosha is. Like, she could be literally anywhere. I'm gonna say on the spirit, on the stone circle there, just spitball. Alright, so we got 3 gold, 3 spirits. We're gonna draw some spells. Those are good. Draw another item here. Alright, so someone periled our city, or settlement that we're trying to get to, unfortunately. So I think a good plan is to play Wildborn. And the thing with Wildborn is I always forget that I have it. And I'm just going to walk over a stone circle during the day and have no spells and then get like my 5 magic back. That happens all the time. But for now, we're just going to see if we can take out this Bane, get off to a somewhat early prestige lead, or at least catch up to Alyssa. And go from there. Burn the short sword. Okay. Looks like the Bane's gonna live. But that is okay. Push him back onto the mountain. Okay. So we can go ahead and get rid of probably the ale. Alright, got out of there. So the reason I chose to burn the ale there instead of the divination, even though they were both suns, is because I need my gold to get more items on this first dawn once we get our income coming. And even though I said I was going to go the Warlock if I got Rot in my opening hand, which I did, got the Marauder's Gauntlets, I'm going to pass just because, like I just said, I need my gold to equip more better items, and really just having the 1 Marauder's Gauntlets on is pretty okay. So we're going to hold on to this divination and cast it on ourselves during the day and go from there. So because I started here, my quest is probably going to be somewhere in this area, so I'm going to go to these woods to anticipate that potentially. But not always. Sometimes it goes the other way. Fight Home of Heroes, no question. And yeah, it's kind of on that side still, on the opposite end, but better than fighting the Kingsguard. We can take the Swamp Pit. We can go... So that's our pickpockets that we placed earlier. But if we pickpocket ourselves, it's no loss at all, and that's fine. So hopefully that Kingsguard can help finish off that Bane and protect our settlement so we can continue getting money. Let's let Alyssa do their thing here. Welcoming party is always so brutal if you fail it. Just, you feel it. Oh no. At least it's only 1 tile away. But still, burns a turn. Really sucks. At least they're prestige lead because of their starting amulet and their ring for getting that lucky wing boots.
And so it is.
I typically like Royal Challenge. It can definitely be worth it. The 4 gold this early, like I said, you really want to just pull a bunch of items, get equipped, get something on at least. What's everyone got? Trusty Shield, Sailor's Lantern, acceptable. That's kind of weak. And then I love my gauntlets, and oh goodness, hello Alyssa. So yeah, unless they want to get rid of the wing boots or maybe equip the leather armor with a better item, Alyssa's kit's pretty much already set. They can pull Trickery, which is really dangerous with Alyssa once they start fortifying settlements and hold on to them. They don't have the pink topaz, I think that's what it is. The pink ring that gives them double gold on settlements though, so won't be as powerful as it usually is sometimes. Okay, so like I said, we were going to cast this divination. I think I'm going to use it now, just so I can have a full 5 cards to draw 1 once it's my turn, because, like I said, need to get more items on my kit. So it's just coming back our way. So, haste. They're going to want to go through there. So let's just draw items. Okay. Definitely equip that. And might as well equip that. That's our crooks. Let's go ahead and get rid of this now. Because, even though we could go straight to that settlement that we put the pickpockets on initially, I'm also going to burn this cub's blood, just because I'm still only at 1 rot and I don't want to commit to rot, and I also don't want that clogging up my hand, so. Thankfully got through the easy crooks, relatively easy crooks. We're holding on to the blackberry dust to eat as soon as night rolls around. Oh, hello. Hello, Coin Master. Always good to see you. Sadly, we cannot use your talents just yet. And so Zosha used haste. There's a possibility they're trying to get to this mountain over here. So in order to not be in their way when they hopefully go through our pickpockets, I'm going to go here. Alyssa is wanted from the King's declaration earlier. Silas is hurt. Zosha is looking okay. Ooh, they took wits. So super greedy, in my opinion, just because 4 body is so squishy. Just feels so bad sometimes. Okay. Ooh, very nice. Especially since Alyssa isn't patching their fight up with the scratch amulet or discipline or something. Oh, stranger. Sucks.
What shall come this eve?
Okay. Ooh, see, that's what I'm talking about. When you only have 3 wits, it's hard to cycle cards out of your hand, potentially, and you won't be able to draw new ones, and it's just a rough situation, because you saw that Silas did not draw any cards there, and he's already at 3 rot, somehow. Maybe he's trying to suicide into this Bane to get more rot? Well, he's burning shields. Maybe he's just burning stuff. So a moon, a sword, and a shield. That wasn't worth it. Did he have any money? Sorry to cut out in the middle of the battle like that, but it's always good to think about these things and try to check and verify as soon as possible. So Silas will die to this Bane. Get up to 4 rot. Oh, and we need to... It's blackberry dust. I don't want to say we like snort it or anything, but do we like mix it into a drink and like Gatorade powder? Is blackberry dust like blackberry Gatorade or something? Oh no. Anyway, we got that because now we have no cards again, so we can get a full hand of 5, and now we have 4 magic to hopefully cast a good bit of spells. That's why we saved the blackberry dust to consume right as night rolled around. So it's just probably fighting our pickpockets now. So that way we don't waste that 1 magic potential from it with the spirit resetting at night. Okay, looks like they got through. I heard the twirly blades. And of course they got through because we didn't get any of their money. Boo hiss. Alright, so they're on this dungeon now. And they put a thing... a merchant over here. Well, we're going to claim that city back for the money at dawn. Well, that's perfect. Get some fresh, tasty new items. Is any of this better than what we already have? Well, I know for a fact we're doing this, and I know that we can cast this somewhere. Let's go ahead and put it here, just in case it might hinder somebody later. Alright, claim that. It's probably a Betty's Bargain Brews or something. Okay. So I didn't put the torch on just because it takes 2 instances for it to pay back itself, and I would just basically want to cycle things out of my hand. Although I could have, and save that 1 gold. Basically, I could have overwritten the longbow with the torch, gone onto the thing, and basically negated its cost, so that was a slight misplay by me. But it's still only going to cost me 3 gold to equip all this, and I get 3 gold at dawn, so I'll be back up to 5, which is fine. So I'll go ahead and just knock this out. Just cycle through all those. Alright, people are poking the wolf. Ooh, hello. You just gave me 8 fight at night. Silly wabbit. Ooh, this could actually be kind of bad if we die here. Thankfully, we should win this big time. Let's see what they do. You always want to, if you're being attacked, hold your dice until they roll. Just because if you roll too early and then all your stuff gets locked in, they could still have time to burn cards and counter you, which could be bad, potentially. So always wait to hold your dice. And that's why you don't fight wolves at night with Rubelite. Money, money, money. We are now tied for prestige lead, but theirs is a false prestige lead. The blue boost from the favor amulet. But we'll most likely get it back this turn. See if they pick again. While we're waiting, we can double check, see what else has. Silas still has the same.
Take heed.
Trickery perils are fine. We have the 5 wits now. Oh, it was, whatchamacallit, Roxy. Oh, that hurts to pass up, but we got to. Because questing is the #1 priority in Armello. Up until, like, maybe when the king gets down to 3 health, your number 1 goal is to complete your quests. As much as possible. Well, Silas isn't wanted. I don't think he's been wanted this whole game. Which is unfortunate for Silas, not being able to take advantage of his power or anything. Does he have the... No. Oh, he got strangered and then moved. Makes sense. Alrighty, mouse. What you got? Saboteur is always, like, the least threatening peril, I think. Because some fights you don't even get any explode if you just roll, like, all suns and swords and stuff. So, not getting it isn't too big of a deal for them, I think. What does Zosha's kit look like? Really, still not that great. Only Kingsguard armor. They're at full health, and we're at 2. We gotta pray for healing if we don't die here. Oh good, they're leaving us alone. What'd you get? What'd you get? That'll do it. Lionheart is, in my opinion, the best treasure in the game. It's pretty much a toss-up between Lionheart and maybe Hero Shield, maybe Royal Shield. It's hard to say. But maybe I just value defensiveness too much, but having shields is so huge. Just because in battle, you have a 50% chance of rolling an attack with either a wild or a rot, a sword, and then either a sun or a moon. But you only have a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a shield, because it's only shields, unless you're modified by something else like the Kingsguard armor or chainmail or something like that. Another crooks, thwarted. None can stand up to the smart puppy. Still definitely worth it, even if we miss the rot, because, at least for this first day, we will have the mountain moss. Thankfully, it won't come to that. And we We upgrade our shield to be smart. Cool. And we got a hot rot. Always, always nice, just in case we need to bust that out at the end. So I am going to hold on to this unless absolutely necessary to burn it somehow. Moon juice, again, like the blackberry dust. Excuse me. Like the blackberry dust, we're going to drink this at night to get more boosted magic. And then on our turn, we're going to apply the mountain moss to make sure that we're nice and healthy for the dawn. Okay, so we've done one fight, one wits quest already. We could go for more wits with the bard, but the hero's helm kind of takes care of that. We could get more spirit, but I don't feel we really need it. So I'm going to go with the body spirit stone quest, just to get up to 6 body. 6 body is a very comfortable amount. 5 is standard, 4 is squishy. Anything more than 6 is overboard, in my opinion. You don't really need more than 6. More treasures for the rabbit. Is it better than leather armor? Is it better than the... Yeah, it is. Well, there you go. I mean to start pulling trickery since I have... Never mind, I only have the one town, so I should take that back. Although I am going to be able to get this one from Silas, for sure. Hopefully the Bane just kills him again, straight up. He doesn't kill the Bane, so that way it terrorizes the settlement, and I'm able to solidify the prestige lead. Let's see. Yep. In case any of you don't know out there, there is a pretty niche mechanic of if you have 4 rot and you and the Bane both kill each other in the fight, which it very well looks like that could happen with all the rots that Bane just rolled. Oh yeah. If you and the Bane both kill each other, you will boost straight up to 6 rot. Because the way it happens is the rot from the Bane killing you applies first, making you corrupted, and then you killing the Bane while corrupted then gets you the second rot. So, watch, you'll see it here. Since they both killed each other, +1 rot. Oh, never mind. That's an old thing. I guess they fixed that with the big 2.0 update or whatever. So, never mind. That is not a thing anymore. That was the case for the longest time of the... Oh man, blanking. Of that +2 rot when you and a Bane kill each other at 4 rot. But apparently they fixed that. So, never mind. But if you're new and you're curious what the old versions are like, just play mobile, or come listen to me ramble on about things that aren't in anymore. Let's see. Zosha is stealth. Of course, she was down here. No idea where she's at. I guess it'll be right here. Or not. Maybe she was right there. Okay, so we're waiting to apply the moss, that way it doesn't wear off before the dawn. And we're just going to pull spells. These are all fairly decent. Regen is nice, but we don't need it right now. We could do Wild's Warning to Silas, so we don't have to fight him, because he's still only 3 wits. We get to take his city. I think that's a good call. We're going to Mountain Moss before we forget. We're going to play the Cursed Lands on our Blizzard up here that we placed earlier. And we're trying to get that way. So we could just come back this way, or we can take Silas. Silas' settlement. I think we'll go for Silas. We'll kill this Bane. And then go for Silas. Two and 2 is a pretty decent amount of locked-in stuff to have. You're never sad to see 2 and 2. 1 and 3. But see what I mean? You're much more likely to always roll attacks. We're gonna die. Than shields. So when you're equipping, if you have the option, generally go for shields over swords. For that reason alone, can't tell you how many times that's happened. Unfortunately, we lose our mountain moss. and gain an extra. But it pretty much death warped us, so now we can use this regeneration to help counteract the Dawn Rot damage. Thankfully we're still prestige lead. Ooh, disguise. Can we track you? Are you gonna get a little bit of health? Unless they teleported, I bet you they're right here. Well, they didn't. Well, they're not right there. And they did 1-1-1, and they didn't heal. So yeah, they probably teleported. And did they just happen to place that there, or did they know my quest was where they were standing? We'll never know.
Some advice.
But it's our turn. Excuse me. Alright, even though this will hit us, we do have the regeneration. What's everyone else at? For 1, hit us. Not hit. Takes 3 off of him. So yeah, I think we'll do that. We don't want... And another reason to not pick the for Royal Eyes only is it could potentially give Silas a bounty for free, which would obviously help him. And we don't want to help our opponents as much as possible. We want to hurt them. Because there can only be one. We are definitely gonna just soldier our way through this peril, whatever it is. Hopefully we can burn our Wall of Thorns on it, and we're gonna draw more items to hopefully get another something to put over the Shining Steel Sword, which is now the weak link in our kit. Stranger moved, and see, Silas still hasn't been drawing cards. He just goes straight in. 3 and 3. It's like your Thane. Sucks. But that's what you get. You gotta have some sort of wit, some sort of spirit. Otherwise, the perils will just kill you over and over, just like that. Which is why I really don't like playing Fang all that much, since everyone seems to just dump all their perils all around you, because they're scared. Oh! I didn't even think to consider the swamp there, since they still have winged boots on. But that's clever. Lionheart. Guess the rabbit wants to die? Maybe their quest was on that swamp and now they want a death wart back. That would make sense. Right, because the rabbit doesn't actually have any real prestige. It's all +2 from the favor amulet and the +2 from the diamond ring, triggering on the wing boots and the silver spear. I was wondering, why did they lose a prestige there? But there you go. Ooh, risky. Roll some shields. Nope. Can explode all you want, you're still gonna die here. And now everyone at least has a little bit of rot. Which is okay. Most games of Armello, everyone ends up with at least 1 point. Here's Halberd is interesting. So the math on it is, even though they cost the same, +1 die for you, -1 die for your opponent. So each dice hits on 2/3 of their faces and then miss on the other 1/3, being either rot or moons. In my case, like at day right here. So basically you can think of each die as like 2/3 of a hit. And so +2/3 for you, -2/3 for your opponent is 1 1/3, which mathematically is better than just the one sword of the Shining Steel Sword, so it's always better to equip a Hair's Halberd, in my opinion, over the Shining Steel Sword like that, in a case like this. We got nothing for that, so we'll just take the hit. That's okay, and luckily we got yet another moss to do something with this evening, just like last time, and we got another hot rot wine. So we can now either burn this or use this or see what else we want to do, but I really don't want to use it because then that puts me at 3 rot, which is the most inconvenient number for rot, especially when you're fighting the king. It is help mitigated somewhat now by the Hair's Halberd, which is a nice double boost there. It is unfortunate though that we're going to end up having a lot of dice when we fight the king, because all of the misses with the king's stuff here, because of his sword, all of your misses go to him as more dice, which can be unfortunate. So I'm wondering if we want to stand on this, if we want to see if we can keep the rabbit from it, because that's our only town. Well, I don't know what Silas is doing. He's probably just not having a good game. It happens sometimes. We've all been there. Just the dice don't roll your way. You can never get out of spawn. Your kid is really, really bad. But I don't know, man. I have a hard time feeling sorry for you when you don't take think with only 3 wits on a character. You're kind of shooting your own self in the foot with that. Again, Zosha, they died, so they're probably here since they're taking a while in their second spot. Maybe they're there hoping to get banished. I bet you they're here. Yep, what to say. Nice cleansing wild before fighting the Bane. There you go. That's a big old handful of cards. That's what Wits is very fantastic for. Because in most games, you really want to think about what is your limiting resource. And in Armello, the key limiting resources are Wits, Fight, and Body. Spirit is secondary, I feel, just because it only applies to one of the decks, whereas the others are like core intrinsic properties of your character to help you get more cards, more fight, and stay alive. Not that spirit isn't important, just as they say, some things are more equal than others. What do we want to pick here? Because our kit's pretty good. Could be better. It's not. I mean, it's a wild. We'll take it. It's not a Bane. We'll take it. Yeah. Let's not go for it. Because our regen finished up this turn with that second proc. But now we're at 6-6. Technically 5. We're getting the +1 from the helmet. 6-6-5-3 is really fantastic stat spread. And yeah, we can poke the rabbit, I think. Or do we go for the peril? Do we poke the rabbit? Yep. And then, depending on what happens here, since we can burn a sword in a wild with the axe and the staff, so we get this pierce and this wild. Cool. We almost certainly will be able to push them off, no problem. I'll take 2 damage on there. That's fine to kill them. Get even more of a prestige lead. 3 hits rather, with the piercing. So now we can be extra evil, and with the Wall of Thorns at dawn, since we didn't play any spells, we will be able to block that city off to prevent Alyssa from taking whatever merchant that is that they played. So super evil. Alright, so now is a good time to get the Bard, the Wits Bard, because we're in the prestige lead. We can use that to maybe get a couple more prestiges off the top and help cover ourselves there as far as staying in the prestige lead, because Alyssa has... Technically it's hard prestige because the amulet locks it in, as well as the treasures that they have equipped, which can only be removed with things like Cat Burglar and stuff of that nature. So, yeah, we'll just see what happens. Tamamo.
And what shall be law this day?
I think we need to go with the Banes in the night.
Yes, this day
Just to help
is
keep everyone else
so.
suppressed, because even though Zosha cleansed their 1 rot away, Alyssa and Silas, that's his name. Alyssa and Silas can still potentially be hindered by that. Okay, so it's only Betty's, and it's already my city. Is the rabbit damaged? The rabbit is damaged. And what I don't want... Let's go ahead and play this here. Because even though they have the boots and they can still get there, they have to fight the Kingsguard. And if you don't know, Barry is what the developers call the Kingsguards for I don't know why. But that's their name. Alright, we got only money, and we don't have any discounts. Okay, so the age-old question, which is better, Bastard Sword or Warhammer? Warhammer is 2 free swords, -1 explode pool, $1 cheaper, but Bastard Sword is 1 sword, 1 die with no drawback, but it costs 4. So it kind of goes both ways. Since I have a lot of dice already, I'm going to go with the Warhammer is better in this case, but for someone with low fight like Alyssa or Yordana or Sana or someone like that, the Bastard Sword would be much, much better because it gives you that +1 die to help top up your pretty low fight stats. Okay, so we're just going to burn that 1 and hope that the Wake the Trees does not take both of our hot rots. Oh man, Armello's a funny game. Sometimes it goes that way. You can tell by the way it is sometimes. But, you know, we got our pretty decent kit now. We're at 3 swords, 2 shields locked in. Plus our Rubelite ring is buffing up our fight big time, making us pretty spooky. No one's going to want to fight us. Hopefully we can cross this dungeon without incident in the night. Hopefully Zosha leaves us alone. What is Zosha's kit these days? So they're at 2-2 plus Kingsguard armor. That's actually slightly better than my kit, but it's all good. Alyssa's getting up there in rot now. Still don't lose any prestige because they don't have any prestige to lose. It's all innate prestige. this is totally worthless for them, so yeah, just burn everything you don't want out of your hand. Hmm. And the first walls go up, finally. Bubble tea, now you have a prestige to lose. Alright, so yeah, all 3 Banes are popping out tonight. They're there and there. Yep. So that one's trying to get to these settlements. That one is trying to get to this settlement. Yep. Oh, man. Ah. I feel for you, Silas. I really, really do, man. It's just so brutal sometimes with the stranger. And you have the 2 stone circles right outside your spawn. I mentioned that in the beginning. But yeah, now it's totally messing with you, Silas. Unfortunate. But hopefully you can come around this way, eat this Bane, and then pray the stranger doesn't roll his 1 and 6 to push you there next turn. You're never going to finish your quest at this rate. He's probably still on his, like, 3rd quest. So, better just go full rot. But now he only has 3 wits. So, even with the full hand, he would need specifically, like, a wild and then the other 2 matching symbols. And then to have his die hit on the last symbol, whatever doesn't roll. It's not looking good for you, Silas, unfortunately. Okay, so this is a visual glitch that happens sometimes. Even though Zosha is still technically stealthed for gameplay purposes, it doesn't fade them out completely and we can still see them. In my mind, it's like last known location, and because it's right next to you, you know. So it is technically a bug, but I don't know, I think it's kind of thematic and fits. Should be made official. Like, if you're stealthed, it should go into that faded mode, but then, yeah, once you move again, then it goes back to complete blackness. Okay, so we'll take that focus and stop pulling spells, since we'll plan on casting that during the day. Moon juice is nice. Free money? Free money. Easy game. Easy life. Is that battle armor better than anything that we have equipped right now? Let's get the quest first, and then we're going to replace our Helm of Heroes with it. And you're thinking to yourself, what? You're going to overwrite a treasure with a normal item? And yes, sometimes it is the proper play to overwrite your treasures for things that work for you better in the time. So we don't want to take this, because Alyssa only has the 1 prestige. It would just basically bring us down 1. So let's just go for the Bard, like we initially took this quest for. Cool stuff. If anyone has any questions about the wheel, everyone has their own technique for it. Some people just guess. Me personally, since I am a musician, I actually have a rhythm that I count out and then watch the last little bit after that rhythm to see where the biggest chunk of positive hits are. So since the block of 3 was kind of like on the right, lower right section of there, I did my count and then knew it was about a quarter to a third of a rotation, maybe about half, so I just picked the other side and got lucky. But apart from that, there's really nothing else to the quest wheel of questing there.
What shall become Lord?
Ripped Realities, kind of okay, except we already have a rot person. Issuing bounties on everyone's heads could be okay, except our main target, Alyssa, already has a bounty, and then this could give Zosha a way to pass me in prestige leads since he goes before me. So I think I'm just going to go for Ripped Reality here.
That will do nicely.
Just see if we can hinder some people. And we are rich, rich, rich. So do we want to change our kit around? So like I said, we got the quest. We can now naturally sit at 6 wits. So we can overwrite the helmet with the battle armor. Well, that's acceptable. So yeah, this is pretty much a god tier kit we have now. 3 and 3 locked in for only -1 die. That is definitely worth it any day of the week. Alyssa's kit's okay. I think at this point they can definitely make the argument of getting rid of winged boots for something else, even just like another trusty shield or something. Just because effectively their kit is 1 pierce, 1 shield with a later reflect. But because Alyssa also doesn't have a high fight, even though it is during the day, they're still only at their starting 3 fight, which is, yeah, still 3 dice from the Harris Halberd from the Kingsguard. So you really can't take that big of an advantage off of the chainmail. I mean, they happen to this time, but still. Definitely need more shields in there. And they lost their bounty. But they also lost that prestige, so that's fine. Alright. Silas is trying and praying. Oh, he's trying alright. That's a 1 in 3 chance the stranger's just totally gonna zap you again. Okay, so now that we are in the late game, things we have to consider, since we are the prestige leader and there's 2 people moderately behind us, they could catch up if things go their way, we have to think about still potentially killing the king. But all of our quests are done. Like I said, that's our #1 goal. However, our final quest is always to enter the palace. Because we are the prestige leader right now, we do not want to actually enter the palace yet, because that could give everyone else a potential way in there. So I think at this late stage in the game we can now start pulling trickery, since our kit is pretty well established. We're gonna cast the focus, like we said we were going to do. We can get the second city to now get biffs. And then we still have the 1 gold left at night to drink the moon juice and get a boatload of magic and do a lot of spells. See how that goes. Totally didn't plan for that, but we also got a proc on our coin master. I was just chilling here to stay on the same city as Biff that we just played. But yeah, sometimes it works out like that. Everyone else is just chilling at 4 or 5 rot, which is perfect for me, which means they're going to have a heck of a time fighting the king with all that. Bane's going to spawn and push him back onto that woods. 1 gold. Feels bad. Hey, sometimes all you need is 1 gold. We'll be able to probably kill this Bane tonight with burning the Bastard Sword, Staff, and Leather Armor. Get that juicy, juicy magic. Om nom nom. Stuff is moving, stuff is shaking. Oh, you lucky, lucky otter. Are you finally going to be able to complete your... What quest is he on? Second quest? Oh no. That hurts so bad. Oh no. Silas, you poor, poor thing. And now are you hoping to get Stranger thinged into the stone circle? Led astray? Man. ends. Oh shit, night. No idea where they are. They're probably going... No, they're not going for that. Where did they go? No idea where they went. They poisoned themselves to become fully corrupted. Fair, I suppose. Poison dagger is mostly useless. You pretty much just want to put it on for the +1 rot, unless there's literally nothing else to equip over it. I think I've maybe gotten value out of poison dagger, like, can count on one hand how many times. Cool, so now we can get our treasure, kill the Bane, and come circle back around to that town. Teleport, one time. Called it. Both equally useless, but let's take the Pardon, just to pad its stats a little bit. Zap him. Alright. And it always hurts to do this, but sometimes you got to. Rather burn the bastard sword and get that pierce and get it out of my hand. All that good stuff, than to keep holding on to it, because I know I'm not going to equip it. I already have the Warhammer. I already have a good kit. We don't need it. Gotta get rid of it. So we're going to double back to get that. And now we have some options. We could go get another dungeon. We could get the stone circle and get that banish off of us, which I think is a good play. Let's go ahead and burn all this up. Get some health. Get banished. Well, maybe not. With the focus and being at night. Nope. Get banished, and then get another dungeon proc that way. Best of all possible worlds. Nice. We've been getting lucky with pretty much getting just gold. Gold and the Coin Master out of dungeons this game. And we're in a prime position to maintain our prestige lead by going over here and killing this Bane during the day. Rabbit is here. See what they decide to do. It's getting down to that end game time where people really got to think about breaching the palace. But yeah, as far as Alyssa's equips, the favor and the diamond go, it's a good thought, you know, try to go for the prestige. Of all the items to lose, that's actually the one that I'd mind losing the least. I would actually really not want to lose the battle armor there. So, helps the rat a little bit, but like I said, they still got to breach the palace. They still got to get in there. They're still too low rot to consider fighting the king. Yeah. So now that I'm out of easily bountyable range, like that swing from them claiming the bounty, let's go ahead and recall the King's Guards just to make it even more difficult to have them... to have them breach the palace. Just make it as annoying as possible. I'll fight you, Silas. I ain't scared. Yeah, I ain't scared at all. Excuse me. 2 wits. Oh man, it's like if he had a feral or something on there, it would be like from the Fallout series with the special having an intelligence of 1. Oh, it's probably gonna kill him. Yep, there he goes. 8 fight and still can't kill it. That's what your equipment does for you guys. When you have garbage equipment this late in the game, that's what happens. It is a shame. Silas has been having just a rough game. What is the rat going to do? Because I believe this Bane, you'll notice that there's been a just another visual glitch on the right side of my screen the whole game, where it's kind of like locked in my status screen or a couple little tooltip prompts like that. I don't know what causes that. It happens sometimes. But we live with it by being smart and paying attention, keeping track of stuff, because I believe this Bane is on 7 rot. Zosha's still only on 6, so that that Bane was going to eat her alive. Just like that. Ooh, health. Yes, please. Delicious wild sap. We lose the Rubelite, but it's better than dying. Bye, Silas. I feel you for you, buddy. Best of luck next time. Oh shit, we should have equipped something. Oh, my bad. Sorry for swearing there. We'll live with it though. Haste makes for error, guys. Don't be afraid to just slow down. You know you've been thinking about your turn this whole time. You just want to get in there. Sometimes it's better to just wait. Take a breath. Equip your leather armor. That's a big oof. Equip your leather armor. Drink your juice. And live and learn for the next time. Yeah, we're in a pretty good position to win this game now. That won't help you, little mouse. Oh, is Alyssa trying to suicide and become corrupted before the end here? Only burns a single moon. This Bane's just gonna get rot for days. Not that it matters, because of that pierce. Saw that brief hiccup. That happens from time to time too. They get a little prestige back. Come on my side so I can poke you, little rabbit. Nope. Just get eaten by the mouse. That's fine too. I'll let them. Chillin'. Come say hi. Interesting that it went that way. Poor AFK Silas. Sadly, we just gotta wait for him to time out. What does everyone else still have? See, even though it ended up with Zosha getting corrupted, at this point. I'm not sure it's worth it because, like I said, you got to think about the whole game here. You now still don't have enough rot. You don't have enough time to get rot to fight the king. And your kit is worse than what it was, which was like a warhammer and the Lionheart. They overwrote the Lionheart with Marauder's Gauntlets. That I do not agree with at all. Not at all. But it lets them have fun while we wind this game down. But it's definitely still not over yet. Armello is never over until it is. One more shield? Nope. One more shield? Nope. Oh, neither of us had died since that armistice at the very beginning. That's funny. Another focus. Might as well do the focus strats. Swords to burn. Perfect. Perfect. And yeah, let's just get more prestige. Two, 3 is pretty much what I always aim for in a game out of a kit. If you can get 2 swords and 3 shields, then you are sitting very pretty. Oak Spear, Heavy Flail, let's go. Get rid of that. Do we want to burn this? Yeah, sure. Might as well. This is one of those trickery perils from the King's Decoration way long time ago. Oof. Yeah, let's get rid of that focus, just because Hoodwinked would really hurt right about now. One moon, one time. There it is. And yeah, we're just gonna go say hi to the rabbit. Get in on whatever merchant they put there this time. And we are pretty much in an unassailable prestige position. Because even if they claim my bounty in the morning, once it rolls over, if Alyssa somehow managed to claim that, then they would only go up to 9 prestige, and I would be at 10 if they did that. But we shall see. Gotten great use out of the Rubelite ring this game, managing to ride that threshold of 3 health for quite a bit. And now we're just going to die to the Dawn Rot, which is fair. I mean, I'll take it over them actually claiming my bounty, which was a huge misplay on Alyssa's part. They should have, especially since they're going there, that's still in range, 3 away, they should have hold on to that and let me take the Dawn Rot damage, so now I would be at 2 health, and then they could have played that and killed me and gotten a huge bounty and caught up in the prestige. But as it stands, they did not, and no one has breached the palace on the final day. Just 2 more turns. I'm probably going to win this one via prestige. See, I don't want to do the all heroes receive bounties thing in case somehow they manage to pull off a couple of those and get a prestige lead. But I also don't want this, because that would put me back down to 7 prestige. So I guess of the 2, this is the lesser of 2 evils, because that would require Alyssa in particular to claim at least 2 other players' bounties. And even then that would just tie me at 10. Unless they took mine, in which case I would be down at 9, and then they would be up at... But that is highly unlikely. Alright, computer, what you got? Yep. Swamp Peril. Manual. Someone played a Swamp Peril. That's probably like a Plague Bears or an actual plague or something, which I really don't want right now. So I'm just going to skip it and pull Trickery. Since I still have 2 towns, I get a 1 gold discount. With 5 gold, there's a good chance I should be able to play at least a good chunk of this. Alright, so let's get that ruse on. Let's do this, just in case. 9 gold, looks good to me. So excuse me, let us Merry Thieves the Zosha. And we'll go ahead and Wandering Circus them as well. Just to continue the fun and games, we'll do that. We'll put that there. And that's still our Blizzard with Curse Lands from much, much earlier. We can fortify this, so that way the rat doesn't even think about taking it. And we can just chill. Let's just hang out in the woods. Devious Ruse, in case those who missed it, target's explode pool is unlimited. It's okay. It's worth it for 1 gold. And then Biff's Black Market is once again another merchant to get the treasure, which we actually played in earlier here. There's 2 Biffs. Rare. Yep, there are 2 Biffs. So basically, Zosha needs to get a hot rot, another piece of rot, just to tie the king, make it through this spirit peril into the wits portion of the palace. There's only 1 hot rot left in the regular deck because we manually drew 2 of them earlier and then lost them to a Wake the Trees at one point. Lost both of them at the same time. Rabbit's most likely going to Fortify or not. Interesting. I guess in case they drew Rot or something, they didn't want to be in the town and get zapped. So, but yeah, we pretty much have this one in the bag. Just need to make it through this last turn, and that'll be all she wrote for Thane. Like I said, Thane's pretty good, solid character. Great one to start playing if you're just getting into Armello, but he also has some good overall mechanics to take advantage of, like cycling cards so you can get those swords to make use of your hero power, and all that and more. Oh. Somehow the AI knew Stealth Zosha was there. Did he have... He does have scouts, so they played divination to themselves or something. See what the mouse decides to do. Yep, figured. They're probably going to try to go for the spirit section on the palace if they're going to actually try anything at all. And they technically can make it since they'll have 3+1 since it's at night. But the odds are long. And they have to not die. And like I said, this Zosha still only has the 4 body, which at this stage in the game is pretty much a death sentence. Because you're just so squishy. Even with 5 shields, they're still gonna die. Gotta get those shields. Gotta get a little bit of body in there. At least they killed the allies pack before I could take advantage of it. All well and good. Okay, let's just draw spells, see what we get. Oh, this is fine. Let's just hinder the rabbits since they're literally the only thing that can happen somehow. Oh, hello, goblin. Doesn't really matter at this point, but I'll take the by eye by default. Just might as well. See, it was a plague. I knew it. And then we can get these on me. Cool. Alright, GG. This game is now guaranteed since Alyssa does not have enough action points to even approach the palace. So yeah, as soon as Alyssa ends their turn, that'll be the game. If any of y'all have any questions or would like a specific character to be covered, I will definitely take a look at that. If you have any other questions about Armello, like I said, if you have any questions about the functionality or just playing the game, please go check out Resonance 22's tutorial video. It's very excellent and will get you started. Otherwise, not quite. Almost. Well played. Just finishing up. But otherwise, yeah, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and we will catch you all next time. My name is Zakalachi. Y'all have a good one.